I heard something funny. If you're having a vegan over for dinner, invite a vegetarian, because the only people vegans hate more than meat eaters is vegetarians.
Really?
Because they think they're that's a joke. No, it was in Viz. Because they'd argue with the vegetarians, saying they're like a lazy vegan. They're only going half out. I used to know, actually talk about bacon. I used to know a vegetarian who was vegetarian apart from for bacon sandwiches.
That's not a vegetarian.
I know, they were just like, well, I'm vegetarian, I agree with it, but bacon sandwiches are too good. And that was the argument. So I'm good for the environment and the animals in that way, but I like bacon, so I like that. But the thing is, I was talking about meat the other day with somebody, and I think it's really wrong, our sort of relationship with it, because I will eat meat, but then I couldn't go and get an animal and gut it, maybe because of my nerves in my stomach. But
I'd like to do that.
But then I wouldn't know what to do as well. I think there should be something in schools where kids have to, unless they're like vegetarian and they tick a box and say they refuse to do it, you should have to. But then
the parents would make that. The problem is with that. The parents would make the decision.
Make the kids, they would. But I mean, you'd have to make the kid gut an animal, do it themselves. Like, just to make them appreciate it, to appreciate what you're doing here. And I often think of me, and here we are, say, just eating a bacon sandwich blasé, very much like my brain just works off films. Avatar, where she kills that dog, he's running around in the forest panicked, killing things willy-nilly, and Zoe Saldana's character comes down and sort of kills the animal, put it out of his misery and says like, sorry, go where they would like to say a prayer. But it's sort of like being grateful for that life. It's not running around murdering for the sake of it, it's that I want that food. But then people these days don't appreciate the process and where it comes from, that it is a life.
But I actually would like to go hunting.
Well, I would.
And I would like to hunt, not for the sake of like a giraffe. I would like to hunt because you know they have cullings up in Scotland, for instance.
Oh yeah, like yeah. Well, to cook and eat it, not to kill.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to.
There's no fun.
Kill. I would like to kill in order to learn how to butcher and learn how to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think as well. I would appreciate that meat more.
You
than
would.
That bacon sandwich.
You would, but the effort you put into making and preparing it, and then seeing it would make you appreciate a lot. But the thing is, you can't. I don't know, so I can't suddenly solve this crisis sat having a coffee, but you can't have, there's 7 billion of us on the planet, we couldn't have suddenly 7 billion of us running around hunting. Imagine central London, what's it, the whole system's...
Well, hopefully someone will miss and hit someone in London.
Yeah.
I mean...
But I would very much like to go hunting, just to appreciate, not hunting giraffes like on the wall.
I'd like to know how to hunt.
Yeah. Sort of go after something in the woods with a knife. Just that, just loincloth, knife in the teeth, hanging out in the tree, bow and arrow.
You'd have to be fucking good with the bow and arrow. So
they don't call me Brad Hawkeye for nothing.
He does is over there goats are a pest.
Okay.
Because any bit of green grass that grows out in the outback, they'll find it, they'll eat it, they'll devour it. And with goats, apparently there's a head goat or like a leader of the pack.
Yeah.
And if you shoot that goat, all the other goats will just stay there. They won't leave that goat.
They'll just die.
Yeah, but if you miss that goat and he legs off, all the goats follow that goat.
Why not understand they're hunting goats? Why using a gun to hunt a goat?
Because
where's the challenge in that?
Because you've got to spot who the head is.
If I was going hunting, I'd only bow and arrow. I don't understand guns against a goat.
Anyway, so they use guns because
that's just unfair.
It's not unfair.
It's a goat. What the fuck's it gonna do to you?
Goats are quite like...
Yeah, they're quite vicious, yeah.
Well,
but I mean,
so if you've got a herd of goats attacking you...
Well, you're the one hunting them, so you deserve to get attacked.
That's fair. That's a fair shot.
Yeah. No,
but anyway,
I think I'm thinking like caveman hunting is what I would do.
Yeah. I mean, but they used a gun because they're trying to stop the goats devouring this land.
They're culling the populations. They're doing a job.
And what they do is they just leave the goats. Sometimes they take some goats back to make to get
make a hat, make a lovely goat hat.
To get a bit of goat meat, but also kangaroos out there are actually...
Now, I don't know if I would want to... I think I would use a gun against a kangaroo.
No.
I would take a machine gun against a kangaroo.
You made your bed, you sleep in it, my friend.
Oh,
there's your knife, there's a spear.
No, I've got a bow and arrow as well, bro. I've got a knife in my teeth, I'm wearing a loincloth, and I've got a bow and arrow. I said I'm allowed to climb trees. Kangaroos, as far as I'm aware, aren't tree climbers. But like kangaroos would gut you from like head to toe. They'll go on their tail and they bring their back legs up and they gut you and they box you And you've seen the hench kangaroos on steroids.
Oh yeah, they're fucking
Flipping
ridiculous.
hell. I wouldn't want to get in a knife fight with a kangaroo. I'd go with my bow and arrow on that one. But even then, if I went out to hunt a kangaroo and I got killed, that's like, well, you're fair enough. That's it. Like you're going out to hunt an animal that kills you. That's on you. I don't care.
In some parts of Australia, they're a pest.
What, kangaroos?
Yeah, kangaroo. But like, there's so many of them that like people sometimes knock them over by accident and just leave them there.
The thing is, there's laws against it. I was watching this program at home, Texas officers or something, not police, they're like state rangers, and they look after all the games and hunting in Texas and things like that. And if you sort of hit an animal, it's like against the law to take it, because then you could be running things over out of hunting season. And they have like hunting licenses with so many tickets. You only know $1 over this weight, $1 over this. It's really sort of regimented, like maintained. Otherwise,
I think
it's good, because otherwise everyone would be going nuts, killing everything. There'd be no animals left, and it'd ruin the ecosystem. It's controlled, and it's a good thing. Yeah, there's laws. You can't hit animals and take them home. You have to phone the sheriff department. This is in Texas. Phone the sheriff's department, say what's happened, and then I think you can get permission to take it and stuff like that. So maybe it's the same with like.
Oh no, it's out in the outback. So effectively, they found this kangaroo. It was in the middle of the road, and it was dying. So
put it out.
So my friend Howard was there, and then there was some other woman with him. She went, "Oh God, I don't know what to do." And Howard said, "Well, we can't just leave it. We have to put it in its misery." So shotgun down, double tap. And then, hang on! You didn't double tap a kangaroo's head at point blank range with it. I mean, is this like a proper shotgun or some sort of weird salt pellet? Probably like I don't know, man.
Well, let's just
She shot the kangaroo in the head. Okay?
I'm thinking you shoot a kangaroo in the head with a pump action shotgun, its head disappears.
Yeah.
You shoot it again, it just makes the ground go and a crater appear. So now you've got this like kangaroo that's been hit by a car that's like its head's completely gone.
Okay, good.
Yep,
so we're in the right area.
We're in the right. Okay.
So the woman was like, "Oh, well done," you know. And as they started to leave, and Howard was like, "Hang on, we're just going to leave it here." They were like, "Oh yeah, the coyotes will have it. Don't worry." She said, "No, let's take it home. Let's butcher it."
Yeah.
So she took it home, they got YouTube videos, and they learned how to butcher the kangaroo.
Well, that's a good thing is, they hit it by accident, the meat's not going to waste.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
no, they didn't hit it, they just found it.
I'll go back to George Carlin now. People talk about damaging the planet, saving the planet. Everyone wants to save something. Save the bees, save the trees, save the whales, save those snails. That's a Melody Sheep thing.
Saving the bees is
probably this, he was being jokey, of course, saving and looking after planet's good. But he was so spot on. And again, it's a comedian as part of his act, so take everything with a giant pinch of man-made salt. But he was talking about the planet being fine. Like, the people are fucked. Like, we're talking about saving the planet. Earth has survived cosmic storms and radiation and meteor stuff. Earth will be fine. It will just shake us humans off like a bad case of fleas. Like, if the atmosphere goes toxic, we'll die, but the Earth will be fine, it'll adapt, and it'll be a new ecosystem. Like plastic, everyone's so worried about plastic. There's something he was saying. Yeah, it's like ruining the ecosystem, it might kill us off if the ecosystem gets ruined, and it's all unnatural. But plastic that comes from oil comes from the planet, and all we've done is, nothing's come from outer space. Humans haven't invented something, it's all just energy and chemicals being transferred. Nothing's created, it's just changing form. So all this plastic thing is going to be the new ecosystem, the Earth, plus plastic that came from the ecosystem. But then of course we might die out, so of course people want to sustain an environment we can live in. But the actual planet,
because it's the sea life that struggles.
Well, that's like the ecosystem. The sea life is the ecosystem, everything, all nature. But I mean, the planet will be fine. It'll just adapt. Us and the animals might be screwed, but then some new thing will come along. It'll be like amoeba. It'll be fungus. Earth will only have fungus life forms.
There are worms that can eat plastic.
Oh, good to know. I didn't know that. I saw something. It was about petrol and about gas prices and why petrol's so expensive. But then when you consider you're buying liquid explosive dinosaur fossils, it's not that expensive. When you think it's what it is, yeah.
If Minecraft taught me anything.
Oh, fucking hell. I'll go back to hunting. It's something I'd never want to do, because bears are the pest, I think, in Canada. You can go bear shooting. That just doesn't appeal to me.
I'm not going to eat the bear meat.
I don't know if you do, that's the thing. It's like no part of me wants to go shoot an animal. Even though I guess if I'm talking about hunting and eating meat, we go back to this subject. But then I wouldn't fucking want to go hunting a bear on foot with a knife and a bow and arrow, because I'd get fucking eaten.
Do you think?
I think if I went into bear-infested woods with a knife and a bow and arrow, I'd get eaten like that. And they eat everything. I saw some picture, it was on the internet, all it was like a hiking boot with like a bit of a foot sticking out. The bear had eaten everything else. Like the bones, the clothes, the bear just eaten everything. And all that was left was his foot, like a shoe with a bit of foot in it.
It's like that Flight of the Conchords thing, that they went, oh man, they killed the guy so much, all that was left was his dick. They chopped his entire body off.
I haven't.
Well, did they not just chop his dick off? No. And they only left his dick. Everything else they destroyed.
I've got to watch Flight of the Conchords. I think like the 3 animals I wouldn't want to have a fight with: a lion, a silverback gorilla, and a bear. But I've got to think of which order I would least like to fight them in. I think it's the gorilla.
I want to chuck another one in there.
No, I go on. What?
Shark.
No, because I'd never go in the water. That's just easy. I'm not going in the water. So, job done. Put a shark over there. Where are you, wanker? So yeah, I'm not worried about the shark. Right, where were we? Bear, lion, and a silverback gorilla. Now I've been looking after Monkeys Day at the zoo, and I got taken to see the silverback. And of course, there was a big grate between us. But the trainer would sort of put her hand against the cage, and the gorilla would put his hand on the cage, or silverback gorilla, is that the right animal? Yeah. And then she'd put the forearm up, and the monkey thing would do that. Because what it was, this thing's so big that if it's got a cut or anything, they want to see what's wrong with it. So they sort of train it to copy the trainer. And then she put both her hands up like that. And this silverback gorilla stood up and like put his hands up. And I'm not kidding, it was scary. I can't describe it. It was like a Land Rover, something bigger than a Land Rover just reared up in front of me. And it was just like solid muscle. Like if that thing moved its arm by accident, you'd get tossed against the wall like a rag doll.
And while he's doing this, my first thought is to go, could you go?
Oh, flipping out. What do you think? There's no way I could have got my hands through, thank God. Yes, the silverback gorilla. I think the thing is that could just knock you out. I think I'd want to fight that one first, because hopefully he'd just bash my head against the floor and I'd be knocked out. Then I think number 2, oh god, lion or a bear. They're both going to hit you with so much force.
Because bears,
when they hit you, they like pull your face off and stuff. And like from what I hear, I have no experience apart from things I hear and read and whatever. But
I would say bear.
You'd rather have a bear because you think it'd be over quicker. No, okay, this isn't what I think I'm going to win. This is how I'm thinking what's going to be over quicker, by the way.
I think a lion would concentrate
toy with you more.
Eat you. A lion would be there and you'd be a snack for the lion, where the bear would just only do it with protection.
It's like knock you out. Well, no, these animals are going to kill you. I think that the lion might toy with you more and chop you up and might chew on you, whereas the bear might use you more of a rag doll first, like bash you on the head and knock you a bit. I think I'm going to go silverback gorilla, bear, and then lion.
I know exactly how to solve this problem.
Go on.
I'm going to survive. I'm going to win.
You're going to win? How are you going to beat these guys?
I'm going to have all 3 of them at the same time.
Yeah, what are you making fight each other?
Well, they'll fight each other. Well,
it could work.
I'm like the beater here, man. I'm so far down the chain. I'm not a concern.
You're like not even on their radar.
I'll even be pouring myself a tea going, oh, did you hear what he called your mother?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's pretty good. No, one-on-one. 6x6 jail cell. That is going to be an angry silverback gorilla. You're in his space.
Feet just
get in the fetal position.
Yeah.
Oh, flip it hell. Oh god, how did we get onto that?
I don't know, man. How do we talk about most of the things we talk about?
What's in that tea? Acid. Right, watch the English Welshman have a barbecue videos that I'm putting up and around this.
You might get like 8 videos out of this.
I think you're going to, yeah. Right, we're off to Tenby to have some ice cream. See you later. Peace out.
Peace out.
Oh, I don't know. No, see you later.